You ever wake up on a beautiful day and feel like God took rays of sunshine right out of the sky and filled your heart with purpose? That's what this show, this part of the journey, feels like for me. My name is John, and I've been a musician and an actor for the greater part of my life. I've searched for spotlights and stage lights everywhere I've traveled. But now I'm in search of a different light. I'm joined on this journey by another brother and a friend named Jett, who has also had his fair share of success on stages, won Grammy, been all over the world. Together, we aim to highlight people and organizations who are beacons of light for their country and their communities. They are patriots of love and hope for those around them. There's a narrative out there of chaos and destruction, sadness and evil. But there are others who believe in beauty, light, hope, and love. Join us on this journey to discover the power of Patriots. In addition to getting to know Jett and I a little better today, we're going to be highlighting an organization called Camp4Heroes. Camp4Heroes is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping veterans and first responders transition from their lives of service back into civilian living. We thrive on coffee and Jesus, and we need both of them to keep us going. The lodge is where a lot takes place, a lot of breaking bread, a lot of organizing, a lot of planning. Here's where we really begin to understand what we need to do for the day, where we start with camaraderie and prayer.
Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food. We thank you for the blessings you've given to us. We thank you for this day, Lord. Just lead, guide, and direct us in all the things that we do. Bless our King. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Pass that, please.
Yeah.
Who made these?
Spencer.
That's what I thought. They're not burnt.
Hey man, you know all burnt bacon.
Nothing wrong with burnt bacon.
If
you like burnt bacon.
That's the only way that baby. I like it.
If you like burnt bacon.
That's the only way that baby eats it.
I know that's
I like
probably the only way one person eats it.
I don't like floppy, chewy bacon.
I
hate it.
I know. That's nice crunchy.
Yeah.
Nice crunchy, you know.
Crunchy bacon, that's what I like.
You know.
It don't have to be burnt, but
Yeah.
crunchy.
You know, I like black, but you know.
I do too, but that ain't got to do with bacon.
I really appreciate the event that went on at Walker Reed.
You know, the Walker Reed event. This was our 24th year of Walker Reed.
Right.
And we did an annual Christmas party at Walker Reed. We started out at the FDNY, and we still call it the FDNY. Sorry that a lot of the guys couldn't come this year because of sickness and stuff, but they're really all about the Christmas party. And we were able to help so many people, you know, at the party. And really, once the party's over with, is actually when our actual party begins, because we get to go to the wards at the hospital,
Right.
and go from room to room. And
Yes.
man, it's amazing singing and giving gifts, and giving the nurses station, you know, food and
Right.
fruit baskets, and just bringing joy and Christmas for those people who do so much for our nation's warriors. It was just a great, great event.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I told you when we went up there that my favorite part was going room to room. You got to see it firsthand this time.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, you know, this past year, one of the big things was that I was really event oriented, because having those things to look forward to for all the warriors, it gives them something to look forward to. A lot of them have said, if I have that to look forward to, if I have something to put on my calendar, then it keeps me out of my head. Gives me something to look forward to.
Right.
Because a lot of them either have you know, like suicidal ideation, or they have isolation issues, or they have things that affect them. Right. And so it's really important that we provide and offer them these events. And so, like literally every single month, we're trying to put an event out there for them. So, same thing this year. And that's, you asked about this year. I mean, we're going to do a Unity Day. We're going to have a Women of Service Day. We're going to do things with the youth. Coming up. Like I said, I'm going to have to get that together.
Do that in April.
Yeah. Songwriting event. Chirography event. So there'll be a lot going on. But that's the goal, is just a packet full of events.
I'm real excited about, when we start doing the music and recording and stuff here at the camp, recording in the studio, or on the road recording.
Right. That's amazing.
If they can't come to us, we'll go to them.
There it is. And I'm definitely looking forward to getting that bus down here, that 1961 Greyhound. Hey, man, they be looking for the Temptations to come off. That's right. I pull that thing up. They say, "Where's the Temptations?" I said, "Hey,
where's the backup band?"
Here I am.
We just got Aretha. That's all we had.
Yeah, that's it. I'm filling in.
That's right.
But yeah, and the thing I like about the Songs on Wheels project, I wanted to have the look as the studio does.
That's right.
In a sense, you know what I'm saying? So when you transfer from the studio to the bus, you almost got that same atmosphere. And using as much of the same materials as we can. That's all.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big project.
I presented that tear down these walls that Matt wrote. Matt was part of the songwriting event that we did, and wrote his very first song. And so I worked on it a little bit, but I just told him, I said, hey, the first song we're going to do in the new studio. I said, once we get it up and running completely, I said we're going to be doing tear down these walls for you in that studio and really do it up right. But he's super pumped about that, man.
Man, I like the song. I mean, just the title.
Yeah, it's good. No, that's great. Yeah, because that's what it's all about, tearing down the wall.
Yeah, and helping others to tear them down and rebuild.
That's right.
Stronger. So that's definitely good. Yeah, but we got a lot of work to do out here, and
that's what's going on today. What's going on today, as far as
Well, we want to. We've got an installation running in the chapel out here. We want to get it inspected for the Iron building. Once it gets inspected, we can go ahead and start putting the walls in, and we go ahead and start putting the walls in the chapel. And that's one of the things we want to get started on this week. And hopefully today, with Christmas coming and this week we're going this week going that. We've got some warriors here that are staying, so we kind of, want to help them out and do whatever we can for them at the same time, keep the wheels turning as far as doing our projects and stuff as well. So, it's we're getting there, but this time of the year is a great time of the year for giving and for hope and for sharing, love with one another. So, I think this is that's where we are right now, and hopefully we can get, we've got maintenance things we got to fix up, this, that, and the other, but nothing major. Starting the horse expansion project is, it's really exciting too, because it's like, people love horses and people love to come and groom, and it's going to be a great thing.
Yeah, and then I couldn't even wait. I took General and Pressure down there, and guess what General did? We ran straight through one of the strings.
Yeah,
Josh said he was going to do it. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah. Because I know what you're trying to accomplish here, but not on my watch.
Not these strings. These strings, they going to work.
See, you told me when you bought me those strings attached.
Those strings attached. Just graze and chill out,
Yeah, no chill.
No,
Straight
talk fail.
Right.
All right,
man. We'll get the horses fed, and we'll get some of the things done around here, and then get going. I'll be back in a bit.
All right. So I'm Jett, And this is what I do. This is my daily routine. I love being out here in the country, hanging out with my horses, being here at Camp4Heroes, partnering with Believers Today, right here at Camp4Heroes. Hey,
What's up,
what's
brother?
up, man?
Man, they are beautiful creatures, aren't they?
They are wonderful. Wonderful. I love being out here with the horses and whatever this is.
Old Charlie. Good old Charlie. So,
Yeah.
what is it about the horses that speaks to your heart? Like, what draws you to them?
Oh man, it's just the peacefulness. I mean, knowing that these are some very strong animals. They're very sensitive. A horse can feel a fly anywhere, and he can take that muscle, only that muscle where the fly is landed, and move it. I mean, the sensitivity of these animals. Hey man, they're amazing. They're amazing.
Well, they say you can't lie to them either. They say they know your emotions, they feel who you are, and what you're going through. And that's why it's so.
They do.
So,
Yeah. But yeah, that's I just love it, man. I love it, and I love the fact that it's the location here is just a wonderful place. A wonderful place.
we're glad to have you here. We want, like tell our audience here, the Power Patriot audience here, like tell us about Jett. What makes you you? Where to start, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, one of the things about me, I don't know. I'm just a country boy. I've been around the world touring and traveling and different things like that. But I grew up in a small country town called Kings Mountain, North Carolina, and I grew up in a family full of musicians. My father was a renowned gospel singer, and he taught myself and my brothers how to play various instruments. And hey, we toured and traveled with him. Recorded my first record when I was 11 with him. Wrote my first hit song at 14. And now that I'm 66, I'm about to kill my first meal. Nah, come on here, buddy.
Trying to nibble on
Come
you.
on, stay in here with it. Yeah, but and went on to do, to work with gospel legends such as the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi, Alabama, Brooklyn All Stars, the Swan Silver Tones, you name it. I mean, I've been there.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and then on to work with various artists, Jazz Crusaders, Gap Band. I mean, just Vic James, Prince. I'm booking mostly Edgar Winter. Everybody.
Right.
So I've.
It's incredible. It's an incredible life.
Yeah.
Incredible legacy.
Yeah.
Speaking of legacy, I know I've heard, in our conversations, that we've had that that's something that you're looking at, right now in your life. You've accomplished all these amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
You've played with the best and been all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
But you're looking at legacy and your life. Looking back at your life now.
Right.
What's it mean to you? So I mean, like,
Right.
tell us a little bit about that and like some of the philanthropic stuff that you're doing.
Well, yeah, I mean that's very important. Right now, I'm at the point in my life is like, what would Jett was be remembered as? I mean, I don't want to just be a spirit that was here and didn't accomplish anything, didn't do anything, or just gathered money and didn't share it, didn't do anything with it. So what's the point of life? So right now, and that's what I love about partnering, with Camp4Heroes is that, we have the same goals. I mean, I could go out, purchase my property, do my thing, and man, hey, I'm not gonna work that land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes more sense. There's over 311 acres here.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to see each other.
But you know, you got
the
that
fact,
momentum.
the fact that we love each other,
That's right.
you know, and that we have certain goals in common. Hey, we share it all. We share it all. I mean, and being here is a part of certain things that I can contribute here that that helps enhance what you guys are already doing, you know, and that's what it's all about. I've always been a advocate for veterans. I mean, you know, my father was a veteran. You know, he served in the Korean during the Korean War era. You know, and I've always, you know, served veterans. And matter of fact, I've been a subcontractor for over 22 years. A lot of people don't know it for the military.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Please. He nibbled on me. He bit me. Yeah, Charlie. Okay. I didn't lie. Okay, 20 years. Yeah.
Well, we can make the cuts. We need.
Yeah. Okay. Or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you know, and I have a heart for serving our veterans because you know they do a lot for our country. They keep us safe. You know, and I just love being around. And what you do here, and our first responders. And so what you guys are doing here, you know, hey, I just hope you know what Believers Today has to offer. We can enhance that in many different ways.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. We're about to embark on this journey.
Yes.
We're about to go on this adventure together.
Right.
And I'm so pumped about it.
Right.
And couldn't be with a greater guy.
Thank
you. But tell me, in your words, what does the power of Patriots mean to you?
You know, that's when you first told me, we talked about the title. You know, I thought about it and I was thinking, okay, you know, Patriots, and I like the word Patriots, but you know what? Growing up in a black community, you being a patriot is more redneck, more
right,
you know, more you know that rebel, the rebel flag, and you know what I'm saying. Although the rebel flag does belong to us. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's funny, you know. If you learn things, you really understand that how certain people can take things and turn it around and take the truth and turn it, you know.
Things
but
can be twisted.
Yeah.
Right.
You know. But anyway, and see, but you know, growing up in a household with my father, we didn't have. Man, I had white kids sleeping in my bed. My mother worked for the housing authority, right?
Right.
So I come home. I just sleep on the sofa, man, because she wasn't gonna let anybody. I don't care what color you were, what race you were, anything. You're not gonna sleep out in the cold. So if they didn't have a place to put you, you came to our home. As simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, so we grew up like that, and that to me is a patriot. Yeah. You know, opening up your heart, your home, or your table. You know, your wallet. Yep. You know, yep. And sharing it with those that are more misfortunate, and also taking up for those who cannot defend themselves. Yeah. You know, I grew up in high school. I was bullied. I mean, I was bullied I was in elementary and this guy was in high school. He would come over there to just jump on me, you know. But the thing with this, I wasn't mad at him, so I didn't want to hurt. You know, but until he jumped on a friend of mine.
Then it changes.
Oh, yeah, I had to go for him then. So that was, that was the thing, because, I mean, and then one day I ambushed him, and that was it. Yeah.
He got what's coming to him.
Oh, he got what's coming to him, and yeah, but anyway, it's something that's so patriotism to me means, standing up for those who are being bullied, standing up, being there for those that have less or that are more fortunate in whatever way capacity. That's what patriotism is. And being a patriot in America, to me, is contributing to America. Not just trying to take everything away from being a leech, sucking everything out of America.
Yeah.
What can you contribute? We all can contribute something.
That's right.
That's why I love the show.
That's why Charlie loves the show.
Charlie,
He's all in.
You all in?
He's all in. He's still in your pocket.
He's still in my pocket. I'm happy that we're doing this show. The logo is great. I mean, you sent me that logo, man. I love that.
Good.
Yeah. And we're gonna make that happen. So, and then the other thing is, we get to go and do interviews, and it's not about us.
That's right.
Let's point that out. It's not about us. It's about the journey that we have. Going different places, the music that we write, working with the veterans, working with the first responders, meeting people in the local community that have done things, but they're not noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
they
the
need a
great
voice.
part of it. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. You've done a ton of music in your lifetime, so that's going to be part of our show as well. I mean, we both are musicians.
Right.
We both have a huge love for music. And,
Right.
I think we'll probably introduce them to a few of your tunes throughout these programs as well. So let's let them check that out as well.
Yeah. Well, hey, one of the songs I really like, which I like my music. I do because it comes from God.
Yeah.
God, through the grace of God, I get these vibes.
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
music is. It's a
Absolutely.
vibe, and so one that really stands out for me, especially being here and actually getting out of the dirt, which I call the city.
Yeah.
Getting out of the dirt, and coming to, a haven. You know what I'm saying? Stand for the flag, kneel for the cross. That right there, that song. I mean, I just love it. It should be, somebody told me, say, it should be the Black national anthem.
I agree. It's fantastic.
Yeah. But I'm excited about the things that we're going to be doing together, and working with you, your father, your brothers, and your sisters, to make this place everything it can be. It should be. I know. Yeah, man. And the other thing, we've already started getting some trails together, so we can have some trails. We're going to be doing some trail riding. You going to be mannish in front of the camera? Come here.
And I got stubborn.
General, come here. That's my boy.
I stand for the flag, kneel for the cross, place my hand on my chest, pray for the souls that were lost, serving America. Serving America. I stand for the flag, and I kneel for the cross, thank God for His Son, who paid the cost for everlasting life. I know.
I'll go get you some snacks.
My loved ones aren't here anymore, coming home to homeless. My life's been turned upside down, coming home to homeless. Can feel my feet when they touch the ground. I'm coming home to homeless. These streets down here are made of gold. The days are warm, but the nights are cold. Wrapped up in concrete, I've been sleeping on stones. That's another battle for these old bones. I could have been a doctor, I could have been a nurse, I could have been someone that put my life first. But I was ready to serve, I was ready to fight through the darkest corners till the morning light. Coming home to homeless.
this is we're sharing with everybody where our favorite spot is. I mean, this is your favorite.
That's right. So this is probably the most peaceful spot on the entire 300 acres we have here at the camp. And when we first bought the property, when we first came to the property, and I drove out here,
Right.
and I saw the lake.
Right.
I stepped out for the first time,
Right.
and it was this.
Wow.
You hear nothing. You hear quiet.
Totally.
And for someone who has a lot of chaos and a lot of things going on in their mind, it's exactly what I needed. And I think we realized at that point in time that it's going to be what a lot of people need.
Right.
And so when people are coming out here and they're stressed out and they're struggling, I tend to say, let's go talk by the lake.
Right. Right.
So that's
Well, this area definitely draws you in. I mean, hey, it's the serenity. It's here. I mean, it's just so peaceful, and hey, I come out here and chill out myself.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the camp and about yourself. I mean, we got to let the people know who we are. So
That's right. Okay. So, I graduated from UNC Charlotte. I actually went to Appalachian State first when I was younger to play football, and broke my ankle playing basketball, big no-no,
right.
and ended up in the School of Music, which changed my whole life.
Right.
I'd done plays and musicals in high school, and music just kind of came naturally. My father sang, my mom played the piano, and when I got to Appalachian State and I was looking for what I was going to do, what I was going to study, and ended up getting hurt and couldn't play football, I was like, what else can I do?
Right.
Jumped onto music. And fast forward, years later, I moved to New York, and I been in Nashville and all these different places to pursue film and music and television. I just realized that arts was where my heart was.
Right.
That's truly where everything was. So once things kind of came full circle, I ended up back at UNC Charlotte and got a music degree there and graduated because I didn't finish my one at Appalachian State.
Right.
Because as many young people, it was not my time in life for that.
Right.
I was too busy with the nightlife and fun times.
Yeah.
But while I was in New York, when I moved up there, I was at Appalachian State, like I said, when I first got out of high school. And when I got in a bad car accident, and I thought, man, I could have never seen this guy again. And I decided, I was like, at that point in time, I wanted to be in New York. I wanted to go and try to be on Broadway or be in films and that type of thing. And I made the decision, I'm going to move to New York. Had a friend there who allowed me to move in with them, and got a job like the second day I was there, waited tables the West Bank Cafe right on 42nd Street for the whole time that I was there. But while I was there, about 3 years into living there, is when 9/11 happened.
Wow.
And so I actually watched the towers fall. I was living in Weehawken, New Jersey at the time, and I watched the towers fall in front of me. A group of us, I was out jogging, and I saw a group of people looking at the World Trade Center. And being that I'd done a few little films and that type of thing, I thought, maybe there's just shooting a film or something like that. But unfortunately, as we all know, it was not the case. And so I watched the towers fall, and I watched the cloud of smoke cover the city. And, that day changed all of our lives, but it changed my trajectory as a human being in general, because from that, I was honored enough. My father became the liaison. He was a fireman in Raleigh, became the liaison to the firemen in New York. And through building those relationships, they invited us to come down to Walter Reed Hospital, where you and I were just at for the Christmas party.
Right.
And, we could go room to room and we'd see the true sacrifice. And I had never experienced that in my life. I had heard about war, and I had heard about soldiers, and, I always supported them. My family had always been very patriotic, but I had never served, myself. And you don't truly understand what the sacrifice looks like until you see it for yourself. You see a child run up and jump to the lap of somebody who's missing their limbs and realize, man, my children, I don't have to do that because this person is sacrificed, on my behalf. And, in my way, as I know you and I both agree, that's kind of a Christ-like thing as well. It's like they're sacrificing themselves so that we may have a better life. And so, so that really struck me. And, from there, my dad and I had just, we ended up, being blessed to work with, Gary Sinise and, John Voight and all these patriots that were already doing, already had a name for themselves, but they were already doing things for veterans. And I got to open up for Gary a couple of times in South Carolina. And, through those
events, we saw the need. We would gather around these campfires, we put on these events with these warriors, and realized that there was a need for them to have a more organic place that they could come to and talk with people that are like-minded, that they could actually interact with people who have been through the same experiences they've been through or similar experiences, and get some of that off their chest. So it's really that's what led us here. After seeing, we were around a campfire much like this one. It was one night, and a bunch of severely wounded veterans. They're telling their stories, and they're cussing each other and laughing, and they're opening up, and their caregivers are like, "We've never heard them tell the story," and we're like, "Okay, well then we're on to something. Let's rather than do this once a year, let's create a place where they can come year round to be able to do that." So that's how Camp4Heroes was spawned, and Dad found the property here. And we've of course expanded and acquired more land as well to have more amenities for the people we're serving. But that's where it all started.
Cool. I mean, so some of the events that you guys have out here has been, a wonderful thing. And I see a little bit of everyone from all walks of life. I mean,
Absolutely.
And that shows that you're very diverse and what in your serving the community and different things like that. So how does music to you play a part here? I mean,
oh man, it's like like I said, for me, how it all started out was going room to room at the hospital.
Right.
So for my whole life, I was kind of that young, want to be a rock star, want to pound the pavement, want to be in films, be a celebrity, that type of thing. But in this transition, it showed me another way I could use music, and so I'd go room to room and take requests. But then you move here, and like I said, we gather around the campfire, and we play songs, and you're talking about different events and things we hold here. We've actually held songwriting events where the veterans can come and they can tell their stories, and we try to put them to music. And those are always, it's just a beautiful time that we can hear them open up, in a place where they feel safe, and then not only open up, create a piece of art that didn't exist before they got here. So that's one event that we do. We do all kinds of events, pyrography where they wood burn, art classes, blacksmithing, all kinds of things that they can do. But yeah, it's a big part. I mean, so just in this picnic area over here, I was staring at the lake, and I wrote a song called "Stand Tall" about my experiences with the veterans, which is from the hospital to here and beyond. I wrote a song called "Stand Tall." And I tried to write a song about veterans for a long time, and you know how it is being an artist. You're like, this sounds cliche. Oh, this has already been said before. Oh, this doesn't have the heart. And then this song came out, and I was like, this is exactly what I'm trying to say. I stand next to you, and I have seen it. I have firsthand experience with it, but I do have experience in standing by your side, and I'm trying to get everyone else to do the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. That's great. I know that song means a lot to you. You even really put together another song that we did in the workshop.
That's right.
This year, and Tyler,
Tear Down These Walls.
Tear Down These Walls. I remember walking in, and you guys were, going through whatever, trying to get that melody.
Yep.
And I stepped out, and I come back in and said, I hummed a little melody, and then I walked right on out, and you guys had already.
Yeah, I mean
it
was a great experience. Mac, he'd never written a song before, in his life.
Right.
But he really opened up, and he told his story, and we just sat there trying to keep up. That's all we do. Is like we want to be honest with them. And though you want all these to be heard by everybody and be on the radio and that type of thing, it's not about that. It's about getting it out and then them to hear it for themselves. And so we're just trying to keep up with the story, keep up with his heart.
Yeah, that was a magical moment because I know Spencer came down and some other veterans came in, and everybody just said, "Okay, forget it. We're not gonna do ours. We're just gonna focus on Matt." And that was great.
It was in a moment that you said, you see the selflessness, and you see this group of people who had been writing. They had written things for themselves, but then they saw where this was going and how much he needed it, and everybody just rallied around it.
Right.
And that was an amazing moment.
Yeah, that was very good. That was very good. So, what's the future of Camp4Heroes or John Woodall? What what we got going?
That's a good question. That's a great question. You know, I feel like as far as the camp goes, I mean, we're constantly growing. You know, we're always looking for new partners, we're always looking for new volunteers, always adding amenities. And we're sitting out here in front of the chapel that overlooks this beautiful lake. A lot of healing takes place there, but we're building other buildings. Iron Sharpens Iron building that that's where we held, even though it's not completely finished yet, that's where we held the songwriting event. That's where we held the pyrography event this year. And once it's finished, those will be annual events. So, I mean, the future of the camp, I mean, it's beautiful and bright. You know, like you're becoming involved with it and adding some of the equine therapies that we want to, add, and some of the youth involvement that we have with other groups already. But it's like getting people to understand that, like, our children, investing in our children, investing in those communities, is our future. That's the future of this world, And so I think the camp, as we realize the importance of those things, the future is just as bright as it can possibly be as we build forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm happy to be partnering with you guys. So, I mean, that's a wonderful thing. And we're going to get to some of the songs that you got, and we're going to see some videos and maybe even that Christmas song that you got.
Oh, yeah. Maybe so. We'll see. Mr. Mistletoe. You need a good laugh. Mr. Mistletoe.
Well, you got a lot of requests for it, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll see. We'll see. But man, I'm looking forward to everything that we've got going on together, man. And we're going to learn a little bit more about you as we do these shows, and as far as the rest of the future, Power of Patriots itself is going to highlight some incredible people, and so people can see that there are so many people in the world who are doing great things. We hear about all the chaos, we hear about all the negativity, we hear about all this crap that's going on in the world.
Right.
But we're going to hear from some people who have overcome adversity and who are shedding light for others to see.
Yeah, and that's good that you mentioned the program, because you are watching. Let's dig into that just a little bit before we close, and talk about what is Power of Patriots to you, and what do you want to see that others, as a viewer, what would you want to see come out of it?
Yeah, so I mean, Power of Patriots, the idea came from just seeing so many people out there, and like our organization, I consider us grassroots. I consider us just up and coming. But I see all these organizations out there and people out there who are doing amazing things, and I want to give them a platform to be able to share with people what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish. So Patriot in its just origin, in its form, is about your patriotism to your country. I'm looking at this for myself as like a worldwide scale. I'm looking at it as like who is trying to change the world to make it into a better place.
Right.
And and that's definitely for me what it means. I'm over the moon excited about songs on wheels. I'm excited about the bus that we've got coming. I'm gonna let you tell more about that later on. But it's to be able to go places and grab people and like, okay, tell us, let's hear your story and put some music to it, and let's highlight it, that type of thing. I'm excited about that side of it too. But for me, it's about going out there and giving people a platform to showcase what they're doing to make this world a better place.
Right. There we go. Well, hey, you heard it from John Woodall. There's more coming down the pipeline, and a lot of great music. We're going to be listening to some of his new songs, older songs, and some songs that he performed. I mean, you was on Fox News too, right?
Fox and Friends, yeah, that's right, up in New York. Fox Friends doing Stand Tall. So we'll give you a little shot of Stand Tall here in just a second. I hope you enjoy it.
Imagine being woken, much of them is broken. One event and their whole life has changed. A room lonely and sterile, and they don't know if people care what's happened to their body or the visions in their brain. So they reach for the bottle, some reach for the trigger, they reach for any way out, for the pain it seems bigger. But what if when they reach out they find find a helping hand? What if there we stand, saying you fought for those who gave some, you fought for those who gave all, you fought for the many whose names are on that wall. I know you're torn and tattered, but I swear that it matters to me. It matters to me. Before I watch another hero fall, please take my hand. Beside you I stand tall.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I'm so
Who is
pumped.
this guy?
Hey, I'm me, and I'm glad to be here.
Welcome to Power of Patriots. Just wanted to, you got to meet Jett and I a little bit, learn a little bit about each of us, but we're really excited for our first guest on Power of Patriots. Had the honor of calling him my father, but this is Captain Woody. Welcome to Power of Patriots.
Great to be here. Nice
Thanks
to have me.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've told, throughout the day, we've kind of introduced ourselves, told a little bit about our history and our background, but we really want to hear your story. A little bit about your background, and then go into to what brought you here and to found Camp4Heroes.
Well, I was a firefighter in Raleigh, North Carolina for 28 years, and I was honored to be a part of building the North Carolina Fallen Firefighter Memorial.
Wow.
And I wound up being the director of building the memorial. And Jim Long was the state fire marshal at the time. And when 9/11 happened, he called me like the next day. He said, Woody, we're going to lose a lot of firefighters. We've lost a lot of firefighters. He said, we're going to need a liaison to go to New York and help the families. And I'd like for you to be that liaison. And I said, and I gladly took that responsibility. And at that time, John was actually living in New York at the time, and I told him I was coming up, and we met, and it started a journey. I went to like 47 either funerals or memorials of the firefighters, and we got busy. I was so proud of the North Carolina firefighters. They hit the ground running with the Field of Boot campaign for the New York firefighters, our brothers up there. We suspended operations of the North Carolina Fallen Firefighter Memorial because just to take a break to help assist the families of the firefighters that passed on 9/11. But the firefighters on the Field of Boot campaign raised over $7.5 million.
Wow.
The Field of Boot campaign for the New York City firefighter. That Rudy Giuliani was the mayor at the time, and he was controlling that to distribute to the families. A lot of people don't know my job was to find out everything that we could. They needed transportation. They had all the volunteers they could use as far as when they found a firefighter in the rubble, they would bring the families to ground zero.
Right.
So they needed transportation. So North Carolina, we raised the money, and we donated 4 15-passenger vans to the Fire Family Transport Foundation of the New York City Fire Department. And it was started a major brotherhood there. And so as the time went on, we were able to help the families and stuff. We also, there were 2 firefighters that were retired, and they worked at the World Trade Center, and they wouldn't leave. They didn't leave. They perished as well. So there was a group called the Thomas L. Sasser Fund, and it only had like $12,000 in it. And so that wasn't really enough for 2 families. So we donated another $450,000, I believe was the figure, to that fund to help those families. But that was just that part of it. But then the guys that I met, the firefighters, they really wanted to thank the warriors when the war started. So on Christmas, around Christmas time, we went down to Walter Reed, and what an amazing thing. You guys know that I did a lot of Elvis tribute stuff in the fire department, and I did an Elvis Christmas there, and there were kids doing making Christmas ornaments and stuff. And one of them, their father was actually in surgery while they were making the ornaments. And cute little girl, no front teeth, little redheaded girl. And I finished my set, and she come up and hugged my leg. She said, "Mr. Elvis, would you mind singing another song?" So I said, "I'll sing 2 or 3 more songs, sweetheart." But after I finished the set, she came back and she had a little snowman ornament she made. I said, "Are you going to hang that on the tree?" We took a bunch of small trees to put in the rooms so they would have a little Christmas tree in the hospital rooms. And I said, "You going to hang that on the tree?" She said, "No, I made this just for you." Well, I'm telling you what.
Wow, man.
I started crying, and I looked around, and I got 40 New York City firemen behind me, trying to hold back the tears. And we were hooked.
Right.
We were hooked. That started the first annual Walter Reed Christmas party, and we've been doing it now for 24 years. We just got back this past week, and you were able to go with us.
Hey, I was excited, man. I loved it.
It was great. We had, that's what started the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, there were so many things, but, during this journey, I got hurt myself in 2004 and was almost killed in a fire. And, but I still pushed and kept going through it because it's like, I think that's what sustained me, is I knew I had to drive. I had a job to finish because the families in New York needed so much, and I kept going up. I've been to New York 225 times since 9/11. So anyway, I met Gary Sinise, I believe, at the Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance. Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance is a beautiful place there at Coney Island. And he and I made friends, and when he found out I got hurt, he was all over trying to find out how's Woody doing. And as soon as I got better, he asked me to be an ambassador to his foundation.
Wow.
Well, he was having concerts down in South Carolina. They did 7 years of concerts. And John and I both opened for him during this concert. I'm the only Elvis he would ever allow to be in the concert. And but I did the concert, and it was just so much. A week before the concerts, for 7 years, we had a whole week that we brought in 50 or 60 wounded veterans. And I taught art classes. I'm an artist. I taught art classes. Beautiful and work. We taught. They had stained glass, pottery, fishing, golf, whatever the guys could do. We were there, and we tried to help them, and they had a wonderful time. But at night, these guys would sit around the campfire, and I would hear stories, man, that would raise. I mean, there was one guy, he was talking about how he lost his whole platoon. He was the only survivor, and how you could live with that is tough. But I mean, so many stories similar to that. Right. And these guys were broken, but they were looking at each other, and they had nobody to talk to. But now all of a sudden, they had an audience of guys sitting around a fire pit that had gone through the same thing that they did. Right. And these guys were talking, they were hugging, they were cussing each other out. They were yelling at each other. Then they would hug some more. But by the end of the night, lifelong friends were made. See? And I was thinking, we do this 1 week out of the year. Why can't we have this 365 days a year where these guys can get together, love one another, and do some of the things that they want to do, like recording music, writing a book, doing poetry, doing artwork. I teach the art classes. My daughter teaches the pyrography wood burning classes. And it's just so many great things. And PTSD seminars and clinics. Let the guys, I suffered from it. I mean, I was diagnosed in 2007 with severe PTSD. But I learned that through my journey, giving back and helping and doing what you can do to help others really helps you get a hold of it to where you can really sustain yourself. And so when you find that in someone, you find something they've got that they can share with others, and you cultivate it and you grow it, and they learn to share it with other people. The PTSD seems to fade, because they've got purpose, they've got life, and they've got something they can give back to others. So that's really what started me with the idea of Camp4Heroes. So a lot of prayer went involved in it. A lot of prayer. And, I got to say, God came through. I mean, we're on 300 acres, thanks to great men, some great people in this country. This property is paid for. I kicked in my part, but a lot of people kicked in their part too. They saw the vision, and so we got 300 acres. We got a 15-acre lake. We're finishing up this chapel with this great recording studio in it. We've got 3 log cabins, a lodge, a picnic shelter. We've got a barracks that sleeps 12 people.
Barracks are beautiful.
We got iron sharpening iron building. That's a multi-purpose that we can use to sleep or whatever.
Right.
We got and horses, and it's great to have horses and the therapeutic value of horses, and and to have it. We got an outdoor kitchen and a bathhouse. A guy in a wheelchair could come in our facility, roll right into the shower, take a shower, and we welcome that. All of our cabins are are handicap accessible, and so we are here to show love, honor, and respect to everyone that comes through our gates, and that's our goal in everything that we do, and that's what we stand on. And so, we want all the warriors that can to come out and be a part of this great venture.
That's amazing. It's such an awesome thing, and it's amazing to be a part of it. I know Jett and I are honored to be a part of it. We brought in Jett Believers today, and we're just really, really excited about that partnership and the other partnerships that we have. Even at Walter Reed last week, we had several, Village for Veterans. We had several different organizations that were there. Gary Sinise Foundation,
South Carolina Combat Veterans.
There's strength in numbers. That's the power of Patriots. That's kind of the point that we're making, is that there is strength in numbers, and you get enough of us together, we can make a difference in this world.
I was amazed by the people. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see people from Florida, from South Carolina, and then you said it was people even
Washington
coming from
State,
different places that couldn't even make it because they was, well, some people got sick. But to see all these people coming together and supporting, that's what we need to be doing.
That's right. So you mentioned a little bit ago. You hit on something, but I'm going to lead you into this as well. So we're sitting in what is going to be our new recording studio. It's going to be our place where we can do our podcast, a place where we can record the veterans and first responder stories here. We've already done one for one of the veterans here at one of our songwriting events. But, we're sitting here and it's unfinished. Now, they can't see everything, the magic of cameras. They can't see everything, but this is unfinished. Some of the chapel's unfinished. We have the iron sharpens iron building, other things we're building. So tell them a little bit about some of the needs that you have here and we have here at Camp4Heroes, to give them an idea of some things that we could use.
Well, there were, in the summer we have a lot of grass to mow. There's a lot of things, keeping up maintenance and keeping things going. If someone wants to pitch in and wants to help mow grass, they can do that. But the things that we need, when you build I'd say an empire like this, which it can easily get out of hand as far as. We've tried to keep our costs as low as we can because we have to have liability insurance. We have to have lights on, and our liability is about $1,500 to $1,700 a month, and our lights are about $1,000 to $1,500 a month. And then you got the water bill and maintenance and just a lot of things. So, our monthly cost to keep it going is about $5,000 a month, and plus, we need tractors and stuff. We need to finish this building, which it's getting very close. God's really blessed us, and so there's things like that we need help with. And if someone wants to volunteer and share, we have an event they want to come and help cook or just be a part of what we do, serving our warriors. That's a great thing as well. So anything you could think of, just about, if you have. Artistic ideations or things that skill sets that you have that you want to share, give us a call, talk to us about it, because we're looking to events that we want to expand on, just like mosaic art. I think that would be a good thing, or anything art related, or anything they could do with their hands, or therapy. We've cultivated some guys that didn't even know they could sing, and now. You teach a person how to sing and they get involved. I got one young lady, she said, they've asked me to sing the national anthem at this football event. And she said, can you help me? I sat and trained with her, and my son sat and trained with her for like 3 or 4 days how to do it. And she got a national spotlight singing the national anthem.
That's pretty awesome.
And that was Shonda Bear, you know.
Right.
And she says, well, I want to sing other songs. I want to do this. But she looks at us as her trainers, you know, because we taught her how to sing.
Yeah.
And she does a beautiful job.
Mm-hmm. So tell them, for anybody that doesn't know, tell them where they can go to contact you and to donate.
Mm-hmm. They can go to Camp4Heroes.org, and they can you can contact us by doing that. You can call our phone number. The number is 919-291-3441, 919-291-3441, or you can get if you want to send a donation to our our post office is P.O. Box Camp4Heroes, P.O. Box 400, Fairmont, North Carolina 28340. And but go to our website anyway, because I think you'll see a lot of what we do, and it'll kind of get you involved and make you want to give, whether it's money or your time or your talent. We can use all those things, and we appreciate anybody that wants to get involved and help out.
Thank you so much for coming on today, and
Loved it.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Camp4Heroes. Give a shout out to Believers Today, Mr. Jett Edwards. Thank you so much for hosting with me, sir.
Hey man, thank you guys for partnering with Believers Today. We're loving it, and we're looking forward to the wonderful things that we can do this year and keep it going.
Right, we got a lot of positive energy heading your way.
That's right. God bless.
And you are watching
The Power of Patriots.